Europe. We're now learning that EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has clarified that the proposed loan to Ukraine funded by frozen Russian assets would not involve seizing the assets. Listen in to what she had to say.
However, we need a more structural solution for military support. And this is why I have put forward the idea of a reparations loan that is based on the immobilized Russian assets. The loan would not be dispersed in one go, but in tranches and with conditions attached. And we will strengthen our own defense industry by ensuring that part of the loan is used for procurement in Europe and with Europe. Importantly, there is no seizing of the assets. Ukraine has to repay the loan if Russia is paying reparations. If Russia is paying reparations, the perpetrator must be held responsible.
The proposal set to be discussed by EU leaders in Copenhagen would use frozen Russian central bank assets to provide up to 170 billion euros to Ukraine. However, it has sparked concerns among EU states over legal risks and the potential impact on financial stability. Von der Leyen has meanwhile stressed that the plan does not violate international law, but the details, of course, remain under development. Still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Glenn Grant. We've just heard what von der Leyen has had to say. She's proposed and framed this as a structural solution, called this a reparations on behalf of Russia. And she's also stated that the loan will not be disbursed in one go. It will be done in tranches with conditions attached. In your perspective, what sort of conditions would you expect the EU to place over Ukraine?
You know, to be honest, I have no idea. And the reason I have no idea is because this is still an idea. It's extremely fluffy. It will do nothing actually to help Ukraine in the short term, because there will be discussions after discussions after discussions. We talked about this money over 2 years ago. It's the same money, and we still have not got a solution, primarily because Hungary and Belgium are digging their heels in about the law, and it's not the right thing to do. But, you know, at some stage, the European Union has actually got to get its act together and start doing something, not just talking about these things. So conditions, goodness knows. We have to wait and see what dreamland ideas they come up with.
So despite, keeping aside until now the stalling that has been taking place because of differences within EU nations, in your assessment, what's then needed to be urgently done to ensure that Ukraine's security in the short term is guaranteed?
Only leadership. There's nothing else. We just need some actually hard leadership. It needs someone, you know, one of the senior people, either Macron or Rutte or someone to actually to say, come on, we've got to stop messing about, because messing about is what it is. And this just helps Russia. It gives Russia more time. In fact, I even begin to wonder whether one or two of the leaders are not actually doing this deliberately to assist Russia, in the same way that Trump has been. So we're in difficult and dangerous times, and what's needed is strong leadership and action. We're not getting that. We're getting talk, conferences, and meetings.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.